Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering, and today I'm going to show you how to master your songs or your mixes using Cubase stock plugins only. No other plugins, just Cubase. This is due to popular demand coming from my subscribers. They want to know how to master their songs using only Cubase stock plugin. So here we go. I have a song that belongs to one of my subscribers. I've done the mixing and the mastering, and you guys want to know how you want to see me master it using Cubase plugin. So here we go. Listen to it before I start mastering. This is how it sounds like without mastering plugins. This is not mastered.
Narekele, 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 narotuto, 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 narekele, 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 narotuto, 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 narekele, narekele.
So basically that is how it sounds like without any mastering plugins on it. So I've got my stereo out already opened up, and don't forget to subscribe. So the first thing that I wanna put is in the inserts is a maximizer. So I'm gonna just get a Cubase maximizer. Right there we have maximizer. Then next, what I love to do is add an EQ. So let us go to an EQ and get Cubase's EQ, Studio EQ. I use Studio EQ. Then next, I'm gonna come back and explain the next. What I love to add is a stereo imager or stereo expander to enlarge the sound and make it come out really wide from the speakers. And what I love to do is go to spatial and get what is called stereo enhancer. All these plugins are from Cubase, are within Cubase. Then the next one that I'm gonna get is called a limiter. I usually put my limiter at the bottom of my plugin. So next I'm gonna go to and get a limiter. This is our Cubase limiter. So we have maximizer, studio EQ, stereo enhancer to expand our sound. So maximizer to maximize our sound, studio EQ to cut unwanted frequencies from both instrumental and the vocals, and then stereo enhancer to enhance and expand the sound, and then limiter to boost the volume a little bit and also be able to limit those transients, which the kicks. If the kick is a little bit high, the limiter is just gonna chop it off a little bit and just make it fit together with other instruments, including vocals. So the first thing that I love to do is maximize the volume just a little. Remember, mastering is about subtle little changes that you make to your sound. So here we go.
Narekele, 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 narotuto, 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 narekele, 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 narotuto, 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 narekele, 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 narotuto.
So for now, I'm gonna leave our volume right here, and this other headroom from here to here is gonna be for the limiter. So I love my maximizer to be where it is. Then I love to my soft clip just to be where it is on 25. It's okay. I'm gonna come back if I need to. The next, studio EQ, just turn on everything. And then what I'm gonna do with this one is just to remove unwanted frequencies from 0 to 50, maybe 25 somewhere here. So I'm gonna cut it all the way to here. And I love to use this band right here. So you just come to cut and it's gonna cut. But how can you tell that you are not cutting the song or the body? You're not taking out the body. This is how you do it. Usually I love to sweep and just all the way, and then bring it back to a place I feel like, okay, the song can be heard, just to remove just a little bit of this background rumble around 0 to 25, somewhere there. So let's go and take a listen to how it's gonna sound like as soon as I start moving it all the way to somewhere here. So here we go. You don't want to cut that sound, because your song is just gonna sound very thin. You don't want your sound, your final mix to sound very thin without the body, without the bass. What you want to preserve is the body, the bass, the kicks, and everything to just sound natural, but at the same time the song must sound mastered. So I'm just gonna bring back this to a place I feel like, okay, right there, especially around 25, just around this area. What I was doing was just to show you guys that you're not supposed to cut this side. So here we go. So with this type of studio EQ, you can just bring it down all the way to 25. So 25 right here, just this is enough. If you bring it all the way here, you're really gonna cut the entire body. So just 25 is okay to take out that unwanted signal. So just there, basically that's what I'm gonna do with this. Then next, I'm just gonna bring down this a little bit, bring it here, and then in this empty one, I'm gonna add what is called multiband compressor, So let me get a multiband compressor. Yeah, so it's now complete. We have maximizer, studio, EQ, multiband, stereo enhancer, and a limiter. So next, we are going to go to a multiband compressor. Reason why is because we want to control each frequency. Let's say you want a little bit of some highs, you want like the entire song has, you want to bring enhance, like multi-band compressor is just there to enhance and also like to like reduce certain frequencies which are a little bit sharp, and also like work on the low end. If you want to like have that good low end, use multi-band compressor when mastering. So here we go. The first thing that I love to do is like solo it up and then listen to what is happening to this first band right here. So this is a solo button, lets you to like solo that band and be able to like listen to it individually like solo. So here we go. So these are like the highs, so we want to increase them just a little bit. So you can just come here and then just hold left click and then just hold it, and then you can like increase it like that. So let me increase it now. Especially when you just want to bring out that good sound. This is really the high, like the high end. You just want to have that good high end, the presence. This is really good. And then don't forget to turn off auto. Just take out this, and take out this. If you don't take them out, your sound is gonna sound thin. The multi-band compressor is gonna do the work for you. You want to do the work for yourself. So I've just turned auto off. I want to do it manually so you guys can follow it up. So next I want to work on this band right here. I'll be doing solo, so let me like solo it up so you guys can listen to this. So let's say this signal is not like too much, is not much in the mix, and you want to increase it. You can increase it from here. Let's say maybe it's too much when you are doing your mixes. It was too much. You can reduce it a little bit. So what I love to do is like reduce it and then try to take it to a place where I feel like, oh, it's okay right there. Then I can also use the threshold to compress it a little bit. Like whenever it's like too much, the multi-band compressor using the threshold and then the ratio set to 2.1. I usually set my ratio to 2.1. If not 2.0, then 2.1. The closest is just 2.0, so it's okay. So right there, I love to set my ratio to 2.0, 2.1, and then the threshold. When you reduce it like this, compression is gonna start. When you take it this side, compression is gonna be like light compression. The signal, the frequency is not really gonna be compressed. It's gonna be like the original signal. So let's work on this one right here. As you can see, the moment I lower down the threshold to negative 29.4 somewhere there, then the multiband compressor begins to compress this signal. And let's say this signal was like too high and too harsh, like this, then you can use threshold to like control it from here, so it can begin to compress. But in this case, we just want it to be like a little bit like this, to a place where you feel like, oh, I think it's okay right there. Right there, this signal right here sounds good. Somewhere here, my threshold is negative 27.0, ratio 2:1. The attack, it's okay. I love to put it on like 6.505, and then release is on medium, so it's okay. I think the way it is, just to maybe reduce it a little bit so that it can, like, every time it compresses the signal, it can like release it quicker, so not very slow. When you take it this side, it's just gonna release the signal very slow. But in this case, you are doing mastering, so you want it to be like a little bit quicker. Then the attack, we want like the attack to attack those frequencies very fast, so you take it to maybe -5 or -6, or yeah, 5 or 6, somewhere there. It's okay. Then next, I wanna listen to this signal right here. Like the mids and a little bit of some lows. So what I'm gonna do is try to control this one and put it where I feel like, okay, the song sounds nice right there. Sounds better right there. My threshold, I've put the threshold on -17.7, just to give it a little bit of some compression. Remember, when this is happening, it's compressed. When those signals try to rise up, it will compress by reducing them a little bit. That's the work of threshold working together with the ratio 2 to 2, somewhere there. Then next, I want to work on this one. This is like for the kick and the bass, the low end. So let me try to like increase the low end. If you want to have much more low end, like you want your bass to sound more, you can increase. If you want it to sound a little bit just medium, you can reduce it a little bit and come to the threshold and work from there. Especially when you want your sound like to hit really hard, like to have that punch, and the low end just be more, you can like increase it. But if you want it to be like just normal low end, you can reduce it a little bit. like this song, I don't want it to really have those, due to live drumming. There is there are the highs, like the hats are too much, so there is an open hat which is too much, so I'm trying to control the open hat from here using this band right here. Like the open hat is a little bit too much, and since it was like played live and it was recorded live, so it's hard for me like to go into there and try to control it. So the best way is just during mastering using multi-band compressor and just try to reduce it using this band right here. So I'm just gonna try to like reduce it just a little bit so it can like be in the frequency range where other instruments are playing from. Watch what is gonna happen when I increase this. The open heart is really like too much together with closed heart. Right there. The next I'm gonna go to the limiter before I come to the enhancer. So let me turn this off. I'm gonna go to the limiter and try to increase the volume a little bit. As you can see, it's not clipping right here. What is clipping is my microphone because I'm talking through it, but with this one right here, it's not clipping no matter how like how I increase the volume using a limiter. So what I'm gonna do is like come to the input and then take it all the way to 7.0. I usually love my sound to be around this, just around this mark right here, the zero, like around this mark right here. Once it is on this mark, I know that it's really like gonna sound great. It's really gonna like play everywhere without really without anyone complaining whether the volume is too low or too low. Yeah, so I love to bring it right there. This is before. And this is after. I don't know, I love my release to be a little bit faster when it comes to mastering. I don't love my release. I don't like it when my release is like too slow, like the compressor catches it and then from there like takes a little bit longer to release. I just want everything like to be fast, like captured faster. So I'm gonna take my release to 0.1. My volume is really pumped up but still not clipping. So next I'm gonna use stereo enhancer to enlarge and make the sound wider. So here we go. Um 172 is okay, the width 172 is very much okay with me. Due to it being a praise song, it needs more like to sound live and also be able to like sound huge. So basically this is where I've set my width to give it that wide stereo, you know, imaging. And then next I'm gonna go back to studio EQ. And then what I'm gonna do right now is try to boost up certain frequencies and also try to cut certain frequencies which I do not like. So you are gonna be able to see me do something like this, searching for unwanted frequencies and just cut them a little bit. Remember, we are not doing mixing, we are doing mastering. So mastering is just like final changes that final little changes. You don't need to do much of the work is during mixing and recording. If you can do a good recording and do a good mix, and then your mastering is gonna sound really nice. So mastering is not there to like make bad vocals good. If the vocals were bad during recording and mixing, it's not really gonna work out. So you make sure that you do your recordings very well, very nice. You do nice recordings and also nice mixes, and then your master is just gonna work out. So here we go.
Narekele, 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 narotuto, narotuto, narekele, 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 narotuto, narotuto, narekele, narekele, narotuto, narotuto, narekele, narekele, narotuto, narotuto, narekele, 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 narotuto, narotuto, narekele, 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 narotuto, narotuto.
So even like when I turn it off, you are really you're not gonna hear much of a difference. Why? Because I have done just a little bit of some changes. So even when like you turn off the plugins, you're not supposed like to hear a huge difference whereby like you like, what? I think the original mix sounds much better than the mastered one. So it just has to be to sound as if you have not done anything and yet you have done something huge to the mix. So I have like boosted it up a little bit, lifted it up, added a little bit of some high, just a little bit, and also like opened it up around 5,000 K area, and then just like reduced a little bit of that harshness around this area. So it sounds like this.
Narekele, 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 narotuto, narotuto, narekele, 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 narotuto, narotuto, narekele, narekele, narotuto, narotuto, narekele, narekele, narotuto, narotuto,
So basically guys, this is how you do your master using Cubase plugins, stock plugins. I used Studio EQ, a limiter from Cubase, stereo enhancer, imager or expander, and then multi-band compressor, and then maximizer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if this video, I hope this video has helped you, and don't forget to like it, and also don't forget to share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Narekele, 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 narotuto, 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 narekele, 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 narotuto, narotuto.